Doc Martin.
Dr. Best, actually.
Dr. Best, actually. He's nice.
Best Medicine, Tuesday at 7:10 Central on CTV. Stream next day on Crave.
This is OverDrive with Hayes, Noodles, and the O-Dog on TSN 1050.
All right, here we go. OverDrive off and running live from the Super Bowl, San Francisco, California. Brian Hayes, the O-Dog, Jeff O'Neill, Jamie, the Sensei, Noodles, McLennan. The shirt made it to San Fran.
The shirt is here. I told you I was going to bring it.
The shirt is here, and I got to be honest, in person,
it's way better than I really thought.
it's actually a really nice shirt.
It is a nice shirt.
There's a couple different modes to it, though, because there's a tie attached, and it could either get tucked in,
Yes.
or it could come out to play and sit outside. We might do a display of the
We're
tie
gonna do
earlier.
different versions of it. That's what it is.
But man, what a day two at the Super Bowl. We were mixing it up with the who's who of everyone in the world this morning at breakfast, were we not?
Yes, we were. So there's a lot to get into today.
I saw your tweet. I can't wait.
Okay, we have Christian Watson coming out in 2 minutes.
Yeah,
all right,
exactly.
So one of my favorite players in the league, wide out for the Packers. It's going to get ridiculous. You guys always claim I'm Larry Kinging you and all that.
This is your chance.
This is going to be possibly a super
No, we're going to
fan
do it. We're
interview.
going to move you where Jamie is.
No, I'm not sitting there. I'm cool here. I like it over here.
You're right here, right
It's
on
all
top
good.
of him.
I'm excited. So Christian Watson coming out in a moment. We have more to get into with Noodles and the shirt because you're a man of your word. You said you'd bring it. You'd say you wear it.
Yes.
The tie's coming out at some point. We might actually ask Watson what he thinks about it.
I think you should.
So I'm out for breakfast today. I did the walk, and then I popped into this spot that I heard is a really famous place
I can't wait.
in San Francisco. Schefter's in there, and I'm a solo guy at the table doing work and eating breakfast, and I shot a note. I said, come on over if you're out. And he was walking around. So he walks in. He's got a toque on, a hoodie, a pair of shorts that look like...
I just was out for a power walk.
I know, but it was
You're
a
wearing
bummy
your shorts
vibe.
guy? You're a homeless
Shorts
man.
guy.
Yeah, I went out for a nice power walk, an hour and a half, and I caught you at the tail end of it.
So right beside us is Al Roker. Al Roker, the famous weatherman.
I sit down and I have a coffee, and he goes, look, stinky old Al Roker sitting right there. So Al Roker, my man, my buddy now, is sitting right over there.
And I'm begging him not to bother him.
Do not bother Al.
I said this, I go, Hazy, we got the Super Bowl on Sunday. Is it offside if I go to Roker and say, what's the weather forecast gonna be like? He goes, please don't do that.
I go, imagine over 40 years how many times he's been bothered. Hey, Al, what's the weather tomorrow?
Exactly.
And he wants to strangle probably everyone, especially in a private moment in a nice restaurant. He's out at a restaurant, a little breakfast party
and
with
a
a
bum
couple
walks
people.
up to him.
And
with
the O-Dog with no teeth walks up and goes, what's the weather going to be like on Sunday?
No, I didn't say that. I said, Roker, what are we looking at for Sunday? How's the weather? And he gave me a horse eye. Al Roker wants to strangle me, man.
Here's what you don't know.
Yeah.
I was behind you. When you walked out, he looked at his friend and just went, can you believe this piece of garbage bothering me? He was so disgusted with you bothering him.
I'll tell you what, it's going to be chapter 3 in my book. I waited 20 minutes for Al Roker to go to the can and come out after breakfast and tell me the weather for the Super Bowl.
All I could think of when you said Al Roker, Al's been
He
big
used to be a big boy.
and thin.
He
I
looks
thought
phenomenal.
it was going to be a
Roker
weight loss
looks good.
question.
He had a pep in his step this morning, Al Roker. He looked great. All right, so there's our Al Roker story. More on that and who else we've met down here. But we're waiting. Christian Watson's in the back waiting
him
for
out.
us.
Like,
let's get him out here.
here.
The Green Bay Packers, Christian Watson. This is incredibly cool to have a current player, one of my guys of the Green Bay Packers.
Are we going to stand up and salute? Like, what do we do here?
I think we can do that because we do have mobile mics.
We've never had a guest walk in, so we need to shake his hand.
This
and say
makes
hello.
it feel. There he is.
There
All right,
he is.
let's do the handshake because usually we don't do the live handshake. Good to see you. Thanks for coming out.
Good to see you.
There he is, Christian Watson of the Green Bay Packers. Great to see you, man. How you doing?
I'm doing great. I can't complain.
Yeah?
Can't complain.
Okay. So is this, how often do you come here? Like, you've been in the league 4 years now. Is this standard procedure for you? You come to the Super Bowl?
I mean, this is my second time. The last, 2 times I've been dealing with some injury stuff, so that's probably the main reason. But yeah, no, I mean, I like to show face, off the field. just talk about how the season was going and just get my face out there to the world. So when I get a chance to, I love to come out. But yeah, obviously the past 2 years just dealing with injuries and stuff.
Right.
That was the main priority, main focus.
What do you think the main reason is that a lot of players are here? Like, we're former hockey players, and in the Stanley Cup Finals, there's no one around.
Yeah,
they're like, I'm not going anywhere near this event because they're either pissed off that they're not in it. Like, what is the main reason that there's so many current? I know some people are advertising stuff, but what is the reason for all the players that show up here?
Yeah, I mean, I would definitely say it's different from player to player. I mean, there's a lot of community events going on and stuff that we can be a part of. So I mean, I feel like that's a big reason a lot of guys come out, and then kind of just like I was saying, it's just the opportunity to show face. Talk about how you thought the season was going, and just get a chance for the world to get a feel for how you are off the field. Because I mean, they see a lot of us on the field, but not necessarily a lot of us off the field. So. Yeah, just get out there and get your stuff out there.
Unreal event, obviously, but another event is Lambeau Field, home games. I mean, walk us through the atmosphere there and just like how amazing it is to go out in front of that fan base.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's definitely one of a kind. I mean, I'm definitely, blessed to, have, gotten drafted there and been a part of that. But I mean, it's definitely different than, a lot of the other places, you go to. I mean, there's a lot of, obviously, great stadiums to play at, a lot of fun atmospheres, but, Lambeau is definitely one of a kind. I mean, the energy, the vibe, I feel like every game in Lambeau is just turned up a little notch. I mean, you get a different side of the opponent, and then obviously, you get a different energy, from the fans and everything that, helps you play a little bit better. So it's definitely one of a kind.
This man is going to take over right now.
We're done talking because this is the biggest Green
He's
Bay
watched
fan.
every second of every game, and he has to get this is
I'm
his.
trying to keep it cool here.
Yeah.
But
I asked
This
him a
is
question
his
about
moment. We're going to
Lambeau.
let him
Yeah, I
take
was
over
looking
now.
at you guys. I'm like, go ahead, get in your
enough, it's
gratuitous
enough.
question. Christian Watson with us, wide out for the Packers. You mentioned the injury. You had the ACL, in January, and you came back. You still played 10 games this year. I mean, take us through that process. Like, you're a guy that you can take defenses over the top. You're a burner. You have been ever since you got into the league. When you suffer an injury like that, and you got to go through the rehab, and you got a good team like you guys do every single year, how do you motivate yourself early in the process? This time last year, you were probably still bent up, probably sitting at home. Like, how tough is it mentally to be like, I got to get back and help my team every single year?
Yeah, no, I mean, it's definitely tough. I mean, just to go through an injury like that in general, I mean, obviously it's a long, recovery. So, I mean, that in itself is, just mentally and emotionally draining. But, I mean, for me, I mean, my main motivation was just, it was an opportunity for me to kind of just reset, body-wise, mentally, and just, come back stronger. I mean, I definitely feel like, I've played well when I've, been out there. But I mean, a big focus for me was, being able to be out there as much as possible. And, I think to do that, it was just, kind of a lesson to me. I got to be stronger. I've got to, put more focus into, certain things to make sure that my body can, withstand everything that's going on out there. So, I mean, that was my main motivation. I had, 9 months essentially to just be, on the grind, work out, rehab, and just get my body to a point where I can go out there and, play and, just survive everything that I'm throwing at my body, and then obviously, yeah, just the team. I mean, I'm a competitive guy, but I also just love the sport of football for that team aspect as well. So, I mean, just thinking about the fact that my team was going to be out there, without me for however long it took me to come back. I mean, that just pushed me every day to just do the best I can to try to get back as quick as possible and be back out there with those guys.
Well, there's been a lot of chatter about your head coach, obviously, who's been your coach throughout your whole career, Matt LaFleur, and he just signed a new deal. So he's not going anywhere. He's going to be your coach in the future. But where do you stand on, the heat he's been taking, especially in terms of, those 2 Bears games at the end of the year? Where do you stand on Matt LaFleur, and what's it like playing for him?
Yeah, no, I mean, honestly, it's great. I've enjoyed every minute of it. I think that he's definitely helped me become the player that I am, and I think he'll continue to help me, become the player that I want to be as well. Honestly, I think that there was a lot of, in terms of those games, I feel like there's a lot of, mistakes and, that led up to, being able to lose. I mean, I don't think that you can just, pin it on one thing. I think that if you ask every guy on the team, I feel like there's, something that each guy, I could have done this better. I could have made this play. So, I mean, I would never, try to pin it on one person. I feel like that's just the easiest route to take when a team loses. It's the coach's fault. But, I mean, for me, I think that he puts us in a real good position to win football games. I think, collectively as a team and consistently we have to be better at, playing 4 quarters. And I think we put ourselves in a good position early in those games. We just got to, continue to go. So, I mean, I don't think that's, just on him as a coach. I think that's on us as a collective team. But, I'm excited to see, where we go this year. And, obviously I'm excited for him to have gotten that deal done.
Well, I mean, you went through that ACL, and Micah Parsons obviously is going through that right now. And I thought that Denver game, like, that was the season in many ways, where you got injured in that game. Mm-hmm. Parsons obviously was done for the season. You were leading that game. Was there a point, like, that was the point for me watching on the outside in? I'm like, once that happened and Parsons was done, and I wasn't sure if you were going to return. Obviously you did. But it felt like this is going to be a really uphill battle now for you guys to chase a Super Bowl. Is that a game that sticks out to you, or is there another moment over the course of the season where you're like, because you guys had Super Bowl aspirations where it felt like maybe you're not going to get all the way up that mountain?
I mean, I think it was a tough game for us for sure. Especially, going, through that game and, having a good lead on them and putting ourselves in a position to potentially win that one against, a really good AFC team. I think that it was, trending in the right direction for us in terms of, what we wanted to accomplish throughout the season. It was definitely disappointing to, obviously, have, the injuries that we had. And then obviously the outcome of that game that we had as well. It was definitely I think it definitely left a sore spot, for us as a team. But I mean, at the same time, it's just part of the game. I mean, there's going to be, good players across the league, that get injured. Obviously, it's unfortunate, when it happens, to you and your team. But, I think we still had the opportunity to do what we wanted to do. I don't think it came down to injuries in the end. I think it just came down to execution. So, that's how we look at it as a team.
We talk about, quarterbacks a lot on this show, and Jordan Love's a guy, obviously, we focus on a fair amount. Like, he seems like a guy that's got no pulse out there and just kind of very cool, calm, collected. Like, what is your impression of him? Obviously, you're his teammate. You're in the huddle all the time with him. How would you describe him as a leader, as a quarterback, and how much growth do you think he still has in his game?
Honestly, I would describe him exactly how you did. I feel like he just brings that balance to the offense and to the team. I feel like he's just an easy guy to rely on and lean on when, you're in, the good spots and the bad spots. I feel like he kind of, just brings everybody together. I feel like he's the leader that we definitely, need as a team. He's been playing really well. So, I'm excited to see him continue to grow because, I think that he still, can be, even better than he is as he, continues to just go out there and just, unleash it. But he's done a great job for us. I can't ask for anything more. I feel like he's put us in positions to win a lot of football games. I don't see a lot of spots where I can, blame him for anything. So, I love playing with him, and it's been great. Just growing with him, I feel like he's made me a lot better of a player as well.
The follow-up he wants to ask is, when are you guys going to lead to this game and be playing in this game?
Yeah.
That's what he really wants to know.
Give us the heat here. When are we getting to the Super Bowl here, the Packers?
When are we visiting you and you're doing?
Yeah, come on now.
Next year.
Yeah.
That's the goal. I don't think that anyone on our team should come in with a mindset other than that. I feel like that's the goal. I feel like we thought we had the team to do it this year. And I still think that we had the team to do it. Obviously, like I said, we just didn't execute the way that we needed to down the stretch. I think if we can add a few pieces to the draft and whatever the front office does with the team this offseason, I think that as of right now, I think we have everything that we need to do it. I think we just got to embrace this offseason. Make sure that we have the point of emphasis this offseason should be what we were lacking last year, and that's the consistency of the execution and just that mindset going into those games down the stretch to finish all 4 quarters. And I think that that will be the mindset, and I think we got exactly what we need.
All right.
You look at the 2 teams that are in it. Obviously, you wanted to be here, but is there one that it's a small league in the National Hockey League. Everybody knows each other. Are you pulling for one side or the other? Or you got buddies on either team? Or
I mean, I got a few guys I know on both teams. It's hard to say, honestly. You know, I think that at the end of the day, I've just been telling people I'm gonna just cheer for the NFC.
Just want your buddies to win.
You got a favorite though? Like you got a pick?
I'm gonna just cheer for the NFC. I'm gonna go.
Okay.
I'm gonna just go with the NFC. You know, let them bring it home for you know our conference, and you know obviously we can take it back from next year.
Exactly.
Okay.
I got to ask you one more thing before we get you out of here. I know you're a pro athlete. You're a stylish dude. What do you think of the sweater this guy? There's a tie. The tie comes out.
There's a tie that comes with it. Now you can tuck it in.
Would you wear that shirt? Would you rock a game day suit?
Pretend we're in the locker room.
Be honest.
Would you ever go near a sweater like
this? A game day fit, Sunday Night Football. Would you be caught walking into Lambeau with that?
I mean, I wouldn't say that I put necessarily the best outfits on all the time. So like, I'm not like a fashion guru or not.
I'm taking nothing but heat for wearing this last week, and I decided. I said I'm bringing it to the Super Bowl, and I'm going to wear it. Now it's got a retractable tie, which is a little bit suspect. But I'm proud of it.
You got to be honest, man.
I respect the confidence that that it took to wear that and whatnot. But I would never put something like that on. I'm not gonna lie. I would never wear something like that.
That's what we're looking for.
That's what these guys are now so happy. They're so happy now.
Dude, we got so much respect for you, man.
Green Bay going to the Super Bowl next year, and that shirt would never make it.
Yeah, it wouldn't even make it in the dressing room. The guys would burn it, guaranteed.
Appreciate the honesty. I appreciate that. Yeah,
great seeing you, Christian. Thanks for coming by.
Thank you.
There he is, Christian Watson of the Green Bay Packers. We're live, Radio Row, San Francisco. OverDrive continues, TSN 1050, and up on YouTube Live.
The Borderline. Special preview Sunday right after the Super Bowl on CTV and stream on Crave.
That's gonna do it!
Sunday on TSN 1050. Super Bowl 60. Between the Seattle Seahawks and the New England Patriots. Can Sam Darnold shed his ghosts of the past? Or will Drake May lead the Patriots back to glory?
Super Bowl 60!
Hear it all on TSN 1050. The NFL lives here. Now, back to OverDrive with Hayes, Noodles, and the O-Dog.
All right, OverDrive continues, powered by FanDuel, bringing you more ways to play your game your way. We're live in Radio Row. You can see the shot up on TSN4, YouTube Live.
All the pigeons behind the cardboard.
That's
all the people you look down on, Brian. That's what it is.
Well, that was not my intention yesterday. That was not the vibe I was trying to give off. But we do have a great setup here.
Best here. It's the best in the building.
It is a phenomenal
Have you walked
setup.
it? Like, I walked it today.
Yeah, it's great.
Everyone's here. Every big show in North America is here. I got to tell you guys, one thing I'm finding insane about the last 24 hours is the heat that my man, the GOAT, Tom Brady, is getting for one simple comment, which is, I don't have a dog in this fight. And his former teammates are losing their mind.
Yeah, legitimately going on radio
saying,
shows.
I'm going to call you out.
Yeah, I saw Asante Samuel tweet something out.
He's going crazy right now.
Crazy. Vince Wilfork, I think, was doing.
Like, I don't understand that.
Listen, I do think it's kind of cringy and corny that, like, why are you not just saying, of course I want the Pats to win? Like, I kind of disagree with you. I don't think, it's not, listen, this is not a nuclear take.
Right.
Brady stance where it's like everyone needs to respond to it and everyone needs to launch into one take or the other. We got to get creative on this thing. But he played there for 20 years. He's the greatest player of all time. He is a Patriot. They're in the Super Bowl, and he's like, nah, I don't have a dog in the
so
fight.
what if he said that?
How is that possible?
But it's a broadcaster. You're trying to be neutral.
But he's
right?
not calling the game. NBC's calling the game.
He's clearly pissed off at something. He's pissed off that he didn't go. I don't know what it was. The guy went to Tampa and won a Super Bowl. How pissed off could he be?
I don't think it's that he's pissed off. I think it's that he's an owner of the Raiders now.
Do you think anyone, he's been with the Raiders in a ownership type role, very small, and he's broadcasting, who with the Raiders would care?
Even Lloyd Christmas
Mullet?
probably cheers for somebody else.
Possibly Mark Davis. By the way, if he's here, we got to get that cat.
Well, let's go to, is there a P.F. Chang's? We'll find
That's precisely where a minivan and a Nokia flip phone at P.F. Chang's. That's where he is.
Lloyd Christmas
We
is
should
there.
tell Doogie to just stake out a barber shop. If anyone walks in for a bowl cut, have a peek.
We need Mark Davis. We are begging Mark Davis. If you were in the Bay Area,
come up with a list.
We will send a car.
Of top 5 guests we would like to see around here.
Yes.
Mark Davis would be out.
Oh, he's definitely in the top 5. But I think it's more likely what Brady is doing is he's trying to be a broadcaster now. Like, he is a broadcaster.
Right.
He's getting paid a lot of money. And I think he realizes the conflict already of his team.
Right.
Owning the team. Now you're the guy in the booth at Fox. He's going to call Super Bowls in the future. And I think he's laying the framework, like, if I call a Pats game, whoever is on the other side, don't worry, I'm not going to be biased
They're going to pull that clip.
I don't have a dog in the fight.
I guarantee you he is focused on broadcasting. He's made incredible improvements from year 1 to year 2. But he is a football junkie. I would guarantee you that 80% of his brain is on what's going on with the Las Vegas Raiders. Because he's a junkie. Like, he's so competitive and he wants to win. And it was a disaster last year.
Yeah.
And broadcasting takes a lot of, you call games, Jamie.
I call games.
It takes a lot of your time for prep work. But I would bet money that his kind of main internal focus is on what's going on with that football team.
I think that's probably true because his broadcasting's done now.
Right.
Like, he's probably in town here doing something.
Yeah.
He'll probably show up for Fox somewhere. But he's not calling games again. And now it's, once you get into the offseason, this is where you actually change your team, right? Like, what you do in free agency, what you do at the draft. You know, they've hired a coach. What's it going to look like?
His heart's probably there. He probably is like, I'm pulling for New England. I know a bunch of people in that organization. I want them. But I think he's trying to be not political. What's the neutral?
He's trying to be neutral.
Trying to be neutral,
yes.
Because you're right. If he ends up calling a Super Bowl next year or a year
the
after,
Pats are in it,
and they're in it somebody's going to pull that clip
Right,
and go,
they're
how
playing,
can you?
let's say it's Packers, Patriots. Packer fans are going to be like, here we go. The whole call is going to be Brady, cheerleader Tom Brady. Although, even if he doesn't say it, you know internally he's rooting for the Pats.
I get asked.
But in Boston, like, how dare they start yelling about anything?
Exactly.
Like, is there anything more ridiculous than the city of Boston or that whole region complaining about something?
I just think
like,
the whole
all
idea.
you do is win. You've had legend after legend after legend, and you got the audacity to be like, how dare you, Tom? Like, why aren't you rooting for us anymore? Like,
but imagine the guys that he used to play with. The audacity to call out a guy that gave you 6 Super Bowls.
I hear you.
I just thought it was insane.
I think the reaction to it's crazy, but I also don't believe that Brady isn't rooting for the Pats.
He's not neutral.
No, and I think he's doing it on purpose because he's got some, political game plan in terms of either the broadcasting or the ownership or all that kind of stuff. I mean, the crazy thing is this is a deep tinfoil hat conspiracy theory. If he's looking at Belichick not getting into the hall, Kraft not getting in there, he's like, I'm trying to separate from them.
Like, I don't want to be
get
tied
me
to
away from that whole vibe.
Yeah.
I don't even care about them in the Super Bowl. I doubt that's the case, but that's a deep thought.
Might be.
I'll trademark that take. That's
you think there's even the slightest chance that this guy doesn't go in as a first ballot Hall of Famer?
1% chance. Because Belichick is 100% first ballot Hall of Famer. He didn't get in. I would say for ownership, like, how is Robert Kraft not getting in there as an owner? They don't go in very often.
It's the scandals then that have tied
I
to
think
them.
that seems very.
So why do the other two get penalized but not Brady?
Well,
he's the guy that threw
he's
the
an up
touchdown?
yet. Like, Brady's not.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's not a tinfoil hat. You might be onto something there where it's like, I'm going to distance myself. I'm Tom Brady, a champion in Tampa, too.
Right. Don't forget about that. A broadcaster.
Yeah,
and New England's in the Super Bowl. Didn't even notice that.
Yeah, exactly. Like, he might be trying to.
There might be something to that.
I don't.
All right, Steve Wyche coming up on the NFL Network. He'll join us in a moment. NHL season officially goes on hiatus tonight. And the Oilers lost last night. I had Oilers money line, Draisaitl,
Well, you got it right, though. Draisaitl got points.
I hit Draisaitl. I hit McDavid on a point. But the Edmonton, we're not going to play the Draisaitl clip, but I know it's gone viral. I know everyone back home is talking about it.
Dude, he teed off on everyone.
Everyone.
Except himself.
No, he's like, if you listen to the 2-minute clip, he's like, leaders, we got to be better.
And he did say, leaders, we got to be better.
Stars got to be better.
But I thought what did stick out is he said,
the coaches.
He said, coaches, starts at the top. But he did say it can't only be 4 or 5 guys going.
Yeah.
Which kind of speaks to what a lot of people say about Edmonton. It's McDavid, Draisaitl, Bouchard, Hyman, maybe Nugent Hopkins, and the rest isn't that good.
I didn't like how it was cherry-picked. You guys sent me, it's like, oh, he's complaining about the goalies. Yeah, he's complaining about the goalies, the coaching, the defensive structure, the stars. Like, it was a 2.5 minute.
It was honest and raw.
I loved it.
Right after the game, it was raw.
I loved it because I said to you guys, that's leadership. That's a guy going, that's not good. And I loved also, he said, we're not the team from last year.
Right.
So don't think, like somebody brought that up, and it was a great point.
Well, it is valid. I mean, and we've talked about it. I think, Noodles, you brought it up yesterday that maybe they're, slow rolling a little bit, get in, and then you'll take off. And I think there's potential for that to be the case.
They got to make some moves there.
But they're not a very good team right now. Like, based on point percentage, again, doesn't matter, but the Leafs have a better point percentage than the Oilers right now.
And Brian, like, if this guy's talking about, can't be 4 or 5 guys, and our goaltending's got to be better, we got to as if, like, if that's a call out to Stan Bowman, as if he's going to fix every one of those items.
I think they need.
Well, they already fixed the goalies.
Yeah,
based on what they've done.
And the goalies are fine. They're just not playing well.
We'll see about that. I'll believe.
I don't know. I don't agree with that.
They got back-to-back shutouts. Nobody was complaining about it.
I know, but that's isolated.
And they weren't complaining about their defensive stuff.
But
I think the team is not playing well. Like, their defensively.
Yes.
They look awful.
Well, it's interesting. Like, McDavid and Draisaitl are in this kind of weird stratosphere where they have the reputation as winners,
right?
But they haven't won anything.
No,
right?
They win playoff rounds.
I know that,
won the cup.
but like it was almost like a Mark Messier type, and it's like you've been as close as you can get. And I'm not saying that to take a shot at them because I look at them as winners.
Right.
McDavid and Draisaitl, they're phenomenal players. McDavid's the best player in the world. I think McKinnon's probably too, but Draisaitl's right there with them. Those two are as good as it gets, but they have not won yet.
Yeah.
So, I do want, like, is there an element of, in the room, like, you're going to look at Draisaitl and say, all right, he's our guy, he's going to show up. But it's not like if Tkachuk says it, you're like, well, that guy's got 2 rings.
Yeah.
Barkov says that he's got 2 rings. Like, technically, those two have not actually finished the job.
I like that they're calling it out. Like, to me, he's not cowering. He didn't go, hey, I'm going to the Olympics. I'll deal with this mess later. This guy's dealing with it right now. I thought that was excellent.
And it was honest and raw.
It's honest and raw.
After the game, honest and raw.
And
now, he's already on his way over, so he won't, to my knowledge, he won't get a chance to show up the next day, breathe, and say, I want to clarify a couple things.
But I don't think
he's probably having a phone call with Knobloch, I would guarantee that.
You know what? At the end of the day, they're trying to win there. You got the captain the other day comes out with the comment or the article.
Players Tribune, yeah, McDavid.
Trying to win. Draisaitl has 2 goals last night. Their penalty kill's no good. They don't get an extra save.
Against, again, Calgary, who's not a very good team.
Yeah, Calgary, Battle of Alberta.
I know, they battle. I get it. I'm just saying, like.
If you want to talk about allegiance, it's funny. The only team I actually care about, like I love, is the Flames, because they help pay for my house.
Right.
But at the end of the day, I don't have an allegiance to anybody.
Yeah.
But I look at it, when I look at that Battle of Alberta, that was a good game last night.
Yeah.
And Calgary, you're right, is not in a place that they should be with Edmonton, but they always play them tough.
No, for sure. I'm just speaking to where Edmonton's at. Like, they had lost a couple of games. They lost the night before, obviously, in an emotional game. When the Leafs are in town, there's a lot of buzz about it.
Well, they're not playing good.
Yeah,
and
that's
the other thing,
reality
too,
of it.
To be honest, the team that's constructed that played last night is not good enough to win a cup.
They need change.
They need a couple players, and they have to be active at the deadline.
So who is the best team in Canada right now?
That is a fantastic
I still think it's Edmonton.
Montreal looked good last night.
Montreal is good.
They're resilient, man.
I think if you're just going to deal with the right now, it might be Montreal. If you're looking big picture, the macro of it, it might be the Edmonton Oilers because of what they've done the past 2 years and the players that they have. But if we're just talking about the way they're playing right now, it's probably Montreal.
Yeah, Montreal's been consistent.
Montreal's been better.
Very consistent.
Start to finish, they've been better. Although we're not at the finish line. Yeah. They pumped them. Yeah, and I don't know if you saw Marty St. Louis' speech to his team after. It was a great speech.
He's done a great job.
He's done a really good job.
I've had a tough time. You had to pick a coach of the year this year. Like, it's easy. You know who? Jared Bednar deserves a lot of love.
Well, it's like Bednar and Cooper, right?
Right. Everyone
bypassed them, though.
Yeah, everyone's like, you got such good players. Like, you're supposed to do that.
Is it Dan Muse in Pittsburgh?
I think that is a strong case historically because of the narrative, the fact that no one saw it coming. It's been a phenomenal job. Brand new coach. Those guys have been long tenured.
Yeah.
Right? There's a long history of that with Coach of the Year. Brand new coach, took a team out of nowhere, made the playoffs. You get it.
Yeah.
And it's hard to argue against that.
Yeah.
Like, Pittsburgh is one of the 2 or 3 most surprising teams in the league.
San Jose, you look
they get
at
in there.
If they get in, but you look. I look at the storylines. Somebody said to me today, "Is it good that the league shuts down right now? Like, if you're Buffalo or if you're Columbus, do you want to stop?"
Well,
Columbus just went on a heater.
10-1.
Won again last night.
10-1.
Maybe Ricky Bowness throws his name in the hat.
Ever since he showed up,
man.
10-1
would not be the craziest thing in the world if Rick Bowness.
I want to go back to a question that we posed to our great friend Boosie Boudreau. How many Canadian teams are getting into the playoffs?
I think you might be right.
Well, it feels like 2.
He said 2 from day one.
Montreal's getting in. I believe that.
Yeah.
And I think Edmonton's going to get in.
There's just too many options for them to get. They're not.
Edmonton's closer to the edge than it feels.
You guys were both on 4.
Well, I was on 4.
I thought the Leafs would make
Brucey said 5.
Yeah.
I was on 4.
I thought Winnipeg and the Leafs would make it this year. Call me crazy, but I thought they would.
And we all thought Ottawa, too.
But I thought Ottawa would be right on the door.
I thought, so I was 4 or 5. You were 2. And a hard 2. I thought about that the other day. You were a hard 2. And I was 4. And, at the end of the day, you look at it. With the league shutting down, now all of a sudden you got to sprint to the end. there's going to be a team that was hot that's going to cool off
for obvious reasons, and the next few weeks are going to be amazing, and it's going to be a completely different experience.
March is going to be insane.
But there are 25 games left. That's a lot of games.
It is.
Like
but it goes by like that.
It goes by like that, but there's 50 points on the line.
Yeah.
50 points.
The problem
like
is
someone's going to go on a heater and go 19-4 and 2 or something,
yeah.
and it's like, man, I cannot believe that team just did that.
That's what Buffalo just did.
Right.
Like that's
now,
what they did.
Who that's going to be, I guess we got to find out. It's going to come down to health, goaltending. It's going to be a huge part of it.
But think about it. There were teams that went on heaters. The Leafs went 8-0-2. How much did they gain in the standings?
They gained a fair amount at the time.
Like,
at the time.
And then, you know, like you need to, like you almost need to go 19, like 20 wins.
The problem is the Leafs
5.
threw it away in their next 10 games.
Well, I'm not even talking the Leafs. I'm talking Florida's right there now, right? So Florida plays tonight, Tampa, I think.
Yeah.
So we're going to get the final standings after tonight for the, for the break. But I think there's going to be a team that you go, didn't see that coming, or, right timing. Like, keep in mind, there's going to be injuries at the Olympics.
Well, that's probably a part of it, too.
Change what's going on.
It definitely can.
Speaking of that, I just saw that report on our screen there that Seth Jarvis is replacing Braden Point.
Okay.
That's the right call, though. Like,
that's
for Braden Point to
so
not go.
Hyman, obviously not Bedard. I mean, Jarvis was a Four Nations guy, right? And he's a really good player, and he's a right shot. Like, I think they think about all those details clearly. But that's interesting. So Bennett's in, Jarvis in.
Cirelli out.
Point and Cirelli.
Now,
and, I think that what that speaks to as well is Tampa's like, we think we can win a Stanley Cup right now. So I love a gold medal, but maybe these guys shut it down.
How about this, though? That's John Cooper's guys, too.
Yeah, exactly. Is Steve Wyche ready? We got Steve? Okay, let's bring him out. We got Steve Wyche, the NFL Network, coming in. That's big news, though. We'll get back to that later this hour. We're live here at the Super Bowl Radio Row. We've had Christian Watson join us earlier this hour. We're going to have, I believe, our boy Luke Willson coming up. There he is. How you doing? Good to see you, Steve. Come on in, man. Thanks for joining us. We appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
Great to see you.
Thanks for having me.
How many Super Bowls is this for you?
I want to say it is 22.
Wow.
Okay.
Because I covered a couple in the 90s, and I covered the NBA for several years.
Yeah.
And picked it back up in about 06, 07.
So that's a lot of Patriots Super Bowls you've covered.
A lot of
Do you have Patriots fatigue, or does this feel different for you now?
It feels totally different.
Yeah.
This feels so different because, we didn't see this coming. I mean, with Tom Brady, you expected it. And with Bill Belichick, you expected it. But this is, this is the 4-win team last year. Now Drake May has come in and Mike Vrabel's come in. It's so new. And then everyone keeps on doubting them. Like, oh, they had a light schedule. They played some compromised offensive teams in the playoffs. They're here, man.
Yeah.
They're here. So this is new.
Yeah, it's incredible. And, we've talked, I would say, more about the Patriots, because of May, because of Vrabel, Robert Kraft, and the Hall of Fame stuff in the last week. But for Seattle, you look at their head coach, Mike Macdonald, and I don't think we've talked enough about him.
Yeah.
Hardly at all.
Hardly at all, which is on us. But this is a young guy. He's 38, I think. He's in a division with McVay and Shanahan.
Yep.
What's on the line for him in terms of legacy, in terms of just, putting his name on the map if he finds a way to get a Super Bowl this week?
The latter part of what you said, putting his name on the map, because especially in this era now of the quarterback whisperer, the great play designer, the master offensive mind, you got two defensive coaches. One is established in Mike Vrabel, and now Mike Macdonald. Right, he was always someone who was associated with John Harbaugh or the Harbaugh family. Now he's carved out his own name, right? He's got this great defense, a team very much made in his image, much of what we saw him do with the Ravens. And they've got this really good offense. They've got a quarterback in Sam Darnold who still probably has to prove something to some people. But the way he's come in there and taken a culture that had gotten kind of a little stale, because Pete had been there for so long, they lost all the Legion of Boom type players, and rebuild it so quickly with a new quarterback in Sam Darnold this year. To me, it says a lot about the culture building and the ability to lead men the right way, to push through the toughest division in football and get his team in the Super Bowl, because that's a loaded football team.
Absolutely. Steve Wyche with us of the NFL Network. Do you have a coaching hire that sticks out the most to you in this cycle? Do you think anyone that like just hit a grand slam for you?
A grand slam. You know, I think, wow. I mean, that's a tough one. I'll tell you one that's not really sexy, but I think that could work is Mike McCarthy in Pittsburgh. In Pittsburgh, because he's the veteran guy. This is his third bite at the apple, but he's an offensive guy, right? They've got to figure out their quarterback situation. I don't know if it's going to be Aaron Rodgers, but again, I don't know if it's a slam dunk because, you know, they've got so much they got to find out about themselves. But I think that's the one with the most intrigue. The Pittsburgh guy going home. They didn't do what they typically do and go out and get a young guy to build a roster with. So I'm looking at that one. Kevin Stefanski in Atlanta too, though. I think he's got an opportunity to put something together real quick. As long as his quarterback Michael Penix can play, is healthy and can play, I think he can show that two-time Coach of the Year he got in Cleveland wasn't just some type of smoke and mirrors.
What did you make about Buffalo and what transpired there? First starting with the presser, and I mean, it was crazy stuff.
Yeah, the Pagula, Brandon Bean presser.
Then the hire, like, what do you make of the whole situation?
Yeah, that was weird because, one, the timing of the firing of letting Sean McDermott go. I know some people were kind of, it's been out there for a while, and there's all that smoke about possible turnover. It tends to lead to something like this. The press conference was just like real, you know, with Terry Pagula, because a lot of people up in Buffalo would be like, well, this is what he does with the Sabres, right? He's involved, he's heavy-handed, he's jumping in where maybe he shouldn't be. Right. It's his team. But you're watching that like, oh. But then the promotion of Joe Brady, that clearly was a move for Josh Allen. We know Joe Brady's a heck of a play caller. Now he's going to be the next one who can he lead men? Because the issues to me weren't on their offensive side of the ball. Now they've got to get some wide receivers. They got to stop playing games with we can win with what we have. They've got to get some game breakers there. But defensively, they got to fix that side. They just got too many injuries and just too many holes on that side of the ball.
Steve Wyche with us with the NFL Network. 9 international games next year.
Yep.
Like, how much further can this go, in your opinion?
Without having a team over there.
Well, they're going exactly. They're going to Paris this year, and they're in London all the time, and they're down in Brazil, and it's like
Australia. They're kicking off the season in Australia this year. Yeah.
Like, is there anywhere else they're thinking of going, or what?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. There's plenty of other spots. I mean, at some point they're going to build out a 16-game international slate. They're going to need the 18-game season to do that, but that's the goal. I mean, look, this is all about, yes, expanding the footprint internationally, but it's also about selling these games off to some of the streaming networks or whomever wants to pay for them, because the revenue streams keep on expanding. And look, they've done a great job of doing it. Over in London, you know, you used to go to games and you'd see a stadium full of 1 million different jerseys from all the different teams. Now there are Jags fans there. I mean, it's legit. They understand the footprint, but they're going to keep on expanding to some of these other markets, or playing game maybe in 2 different cities in Germany or 2 different cities in Spain. It's going to keep going. And I think when they get to Australia, because those sports fans over there are absolutely insane, they're going to find a good footprint. You just can't play too many games over there because of the whole time zone difference. You know, Australia's a day ahead of us in North America.
Right. Yeah, that's going to be tricky, but if there's a way, the NFL will find it.
Oh, yeah.
Find it. Yeah. Steve Wyche, the NFL Network. Great seeing you, man. Thank you so much for coming by.
Thanks for having me on, guys. Appreciate it. Enjoy the Super Bowl.
Great seeing you. There he is, Steve Wyche. We're live at Radio Row, San Francisco, chugging towards the Super Bowl. OverDrive continues. TSN 1050 and on TSN 4.
Now, back to Overdrive with Hayes, Noodles, and the O-Dog.
Powered by FanDuel, live from the FanDuel set here, Radio Row, San Francisco. Brian Hayes, the O-Dog, Jeff O'Neill, Jamie Noodles, McLennan. Lucky to have a bunch of current and former NFLers join us around the table. And look at this. Former NFLer, Super Bowl champ, Doogie tackled a big fish here.
Yes.
Luke Willson joining us.
Let's go,
Luke
baby.
Willson joining
And
us.
something to point out, a black sweater on. Noodleson has the black sweaters on today.
You guys are coordinated.
We move in sync, man. We move
Was
in
that a
sync.
plan? Was that a plan?
It should be a plan. I mean, we're going to pick. We're on fire here in the playoffs.
Yeah, we're on
fire.
fire.
We're feeling good. Somebody just wrote me and said, I love your sweater, and O-Dog's wearing a Mr. Rogers sweater today. Fred Rogers. Fred Rogers
look at
in the
how
middle.
these guys look. This is our outfit coming to win.
You guys are stealth mode? See, we're relaxed, man. We're living the San Francisco lifestyle.
That's the thing, though. These guys are living the lifestyle. We didn't come here to live that lifestyle. We came here to dominate.
Do you know
we
what
did.
this guy did today? He harassed Al Roker.
No.
And he looked like a homeless
My
guy.
boy Rokes was at breakfast, and I wanted to get a Super Bowl weather update.
Yeah.
He hates my guts.
It was so uncomfortable to watch.
He looked at me like this, and he was
Yeah,
like,
he goes, oh, let me guess, you want a weather update? Like, he wanted to strangle you. Because we're at this nice restaurant having breakfast, and he walks in literally looking like he's right off the street.
I went for a power walk, man. I'm
He had a toque on, anyway. And he sits down and I go, check out Al Roker over there. And he goes, Al Roker's here. And immediately he's like, I got to ask about the weather. I'm like, do not do that.
I went against my own rule. I can't stand when some guy comes up to me and asks me a dumbass question.
Yeah.
And I did that to Rokes today.
Well,
and he responded upset.
He just said, he rolled his eyes and he goes, I think it looks good.
He actually
basically,
said that?
He basically said, get away from me.
He was mortified.
Yeah.
Because when you think of, like, being typecast, like what we do, right?
Yes, yes.
Like the three of us get, what do you think of the Leafs? That's the standard
Hayes is a
icebreaker.
fraud.
Hayes is a fraud, exactly. Luke, you're probably, hey, what do you think of the Super Bowl?
Yes.
He has been asked about the weather
A million
for
times.
40 years. Everywhere he goes, hey, there he is, Al, what do you think of the weather coming in? It probably drives him crazy.
You know what, though? I will say that, to me, that's not the craziest thing that's happened in that little hotel restaurant thus far.
Oh, yeah?
I've got a bit of a personal story with a guy on the set.
Really?
Yeah. I'm sitting there, similar situation, walking around, enjoying the weather. I come in and I see a couple of my TSN buddies sitting at one of the tables, okay? Behind the scenes guy. I'm like, hey, how's it going over there? You know, say hello. They just got to town. There's a solo guy at the bar, hat pulled down to his brim, big sunglasses on. I look over, I'm like, oh, it's a solo dude. It's noon. No alcohol on the table, just sipping of water. I'm like, wonder who that guy is. I say hello, I leave, I hear, hey, old Partsy. I'm like, turn around. O-Dog's, I didn't even recognize him. At the bar, flat brim. I'm talking, dude.
Oh, yeah.
Like welder's glasses?
Yeah.
Straddling the
incognito.
bar. Dude, you love sitting at a bar more than anybody on earth.
He doesn't
You love
drink.
it.
Drinking
And
a
you don't
San
drink,
Pellegrino,
exactly.
dude. It might have been a sparkling water.
Just asking for water and bothering people for lemon.
You could ask Duffy, there's a little bar cafe at the hotel in Minnesota at the Juniors. I spent 6 hours a day at it.
Not a drop of alcohol.
Nothing. Just having coffee, watching
Clavin.
highlights.
He's Cliff Clavin. That's
That's
what
exactly what he is. And you wouldn't even
I'm
recognize
telling
him.
you, I walked right by him. I had no idea it was you.
Yeah.
And then after you said, what's up, old parts, I turned around and looked at you and still was like, who is talking right now?
This is Jeff O'Neill in San Francisco.
Yeah.
So how do you experience this compared to your playing days? Did you do this as a player?
No.
So you never came.
Oh, sorry. Yes, I did. As a player,
obviously not when you were in the
playing.
games. I'm saying when you weren't in the game, like the Super Bowl.
It was a bit weird for me because my first 2 seasons we were in it. So then when I finally came to one of these things, they're like, let's go to Radio Row. I'm like, what's that? And it was crazy. To me, this is the wildest media event I've ever been to. I know I've only been in the football circles, but it's crazy here. Nonstop, guys everywhere, everybody under the sun, every company is here. When I was playing, I'm like watching film, sitting at the hotel, going to practice, you know, taking care of the ball. Like, I had no idea this existed. And it's a bit of like a rat race out there.
But
Yeah.
what's the advantage of a player who's not playing in it doing the walk? I was joking with the guys saying, you remember the scene of Jerry Maguire where it's like you just got to walk the lobby.
Yeah.
Is that what these guys are doing? Or getting, you know, you're getting FaceTime on,
Yes.
you know, some of the networks. You're maybe getting some sponsorship.
So generally, and to be honest, I think some of it's BS. But what I was told, again, it's would have been like year 3, year 4, is you kind of go with your PR person, and part of it is a bit of a, you know, a little peacocking, like which PR person can kind of like get you on wherever. But the idea would be like, get on a set, get this guy in front of the camera, and then the brand grows. Now, I will say this, boys. For your first, and I mean this, I'm not even blowing smoke.
Yeah.
As a guy who has been as a player here, probably 6 times, 5 times, having a set like you guys have here is
outrageous.
Big time.
It's huge.
That's why he was big timing people.
Huge.
I'm not joking.
We're
When I was a
big-timing
guy,
people.
if my PR lady was like, yo, you're on the big set, it was like, you did a good job. The PR lady was like, that's me.
Totally.
We don't deal with these pigeon cardboard things down here.
The inside
We're not
is all,
doing it,
it's
right?
all the local media.
Yeah.
That's right.
It's all the local
well,
media.
there's like colleges here and stuff.
Correct.
Like
So
the
it's like,
whole organism of this place is crazy.
you
Cardboard
don't want to
cutouts
be, as a
behind the-
player, you
Hashtag
don't
we
want to
don't
be
do
in
cardboard cutouts.
We don't do cardboard
Yeah.
cutouts. Yeah, you're right. Because if you're on the inside, you're like, all right, where are we going next?
there.
It's
You
like,
don't want to be in there.
yeah, we got
I
a
remember the
radio
one
show
year-
in like Idaho. You're
Yeah,
doing. It's
Wichita.
like,
I remember the one year I had a new PR person. They're like, yeah, jump on here. And I'm like, where are you guys from? Like, Wichita Falls. And I remember sitting there being like, why am I on local radio in Wichita Falls?
Where is even that?
totally, man.
And it's a table that's like sideways.
So, boys, you went straight to the bigs. This is like getting drafted out of high school.
Oh, it's huge.
Pat McAfee's over there.
Yeah, I know. Like we're competing with McAfee
Yeah.
right now.
This is
Set v
it's wild.
set.
Yeah.
Yeah, as he should. Yeah. As he should. And you can basically sell anything too, because like
Yeah.
we were joking yesterday, 95% of people, they don't know who we are because we're in Canada.
Yeah,
so
but-
like Doogie's like, oh yeah, we're huge in New York. They're like, all right, I guess like, you know, come on in. You're
On this
just
set,
like,
you could tell him
He's
anything.
throwing
and
out
you'd
some
believe.
lies.
yeah,
right
he's
now.
like, we're huge on the East
He's
Coast.
lying. He's got a good suit on today. though.
Doogie looks phenomenal. And it's all, like you said, it's a rat race. Who can basically one-up the other person on selling something that may be completely bogus?
Doogie the salesman.
Doogie's a salesman. All right, stick around. You good to do another one for us?
Can't wait.
All right,
Can't
we
wait.
got picks coming tomorrow. Al's brother is starting to percolate. The 3 of us are starting to percolate. We're seeing the board very clearly.
We're fine.
Stay humble.
Hour
Stay
2
humble.
coming up.
Stay humble.
Stay humble. Hashtag. We're live from Radio Row, San Francisco. OverDrive continues. TSN 1050 and up on YouTube Live.
This is OverDrive with Hayes, Noodles, and the O-Dog on TSN 1050.
Hour 2 OverDrive continues, powered by FanDuel, live from Radio Row, San Francisco, here at the FanDuel studio. Brian Hayes, the O-Dog, Jeff O'Neill, Jamie Noodles, McLennan, Luke Willson. Just explain what you just yelled, because I'm pretty sure your mic was on.
Yes.
I thought our boy Al Roker just walked by. I swear it was him.
If Al Roker is here, Doogie, you have to get him on the set.
He will.
Mark Davis, the owner of the Vegas Raiders, and Al We have to have them.
1 and 1A.
Yes, I would take them over Darnold and Drake May.
Yeah.
Like if we had an option to interview both quarterbacks or Al Roker and Mark Davis.
Dude, you get a green screen with Al Roker with a fake umbrella?
Yes.
I'm all in.
Outrageous numbers.
We got a top list of who we'd like to see around here.
Yeah.
Mark Davis was number 1. We'd like to see. We're going to go to P.F. Chang's here. And see if we
Really?
can run
Mine
into
would be John Gruden.
I saw him
he's
last
around.
night.
Yeah,
Gruden's around.
I saw him last night. I was having lunch.
I still got his cell from when I was, so I shot him a text. I said, I just want to say you're the most electric man on television.
He's
He
phenomenal.
said, thanks, look, I appreciate it. Hope to see you around.
That's awesome.
great.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is intense. Well, the reason we brought up Mark Davis is because we were talking about this Tom Brady stuff, where Brady, I guess, has gone on the record or did some interview and said he doesn't have a dog in the fight. So people in New England, including former teammates, are going nuts on him.
Which I thought, I don't have any problem with the
With Brady or with the reaction
No,
of Brady?
with the Brady comment. Like, why should he? He doesn't know anybody on the team. Like, he knows Vrabel, sure, but there's some ties there. Like, it's not the same staff. Like,
Totally agree, man.
people have asked me about Seattle this week. I want Seattle to win, but I want them to win strictly because they're playing New England and what happened to us for the fans of Seattle. Am I, like, going to feel some sort of, like, we won a Super Bowl, hopefully when Seattle wins? No. Like, all of my teammates, Jaron Reed actually is one guy I did play with. I'll be happy for Jaron. All the guys that I was tight with are not on this team. The entire staff is different. I'll absolutely be thrilled for the front office. I'll absolutely be thrilled for, the equipment guys. They're all the same. But, like, I'm pulling for them. I'm not like, let's go.
Right.
If that makes me a bad guy?
Well, no, I think it speaks to your connection to, like, once the connections are gone.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, I think, again, a part of the argument is that Vrabel is a connection to Brady.
Fair.
Right? And it's like, how are you not rooting for Vrabel? I think, again, I don't care enough about any of this stuff.
Right.
But my impression was a lot of the former teammates were defensive guys saying, how are you not rooting for Vrabel? Vrabel's our guy.
Which I
they
would
love
totally
Vrabel.
be like, if KJ Wright, he's coaching in San Fran right now. If KJ Wright came back and was coaching a head coach somewhere.
Or if he was coaching the Seahawks.
Yes.
And you were like, I don't care. You'd be like, well.
If Pete was still there?
If Pete was still there right now, I'd have on both my Super Bowl ring.
You'd have a connection.
Yes. But that's the relationship. So
Right.
I'm with you on that. Like, if he has a relationship on Vrabel, with Vrabel.
I just don't think who cares if a former player, I get it, it's Tom Brady. The guy says I don't have a dog in the fight. I can't believe the snapping that some guys are doing.
Yeah, I would
Snapping.
agree. And, like, he is in the national media. He calls games. He's obviously not calling this one, but, like, what do you want him to cheerlead for?
That's
New
what
England?
I said. If 2 years from now, New England's back in there against somebody else, and he's calling the game, that clip is going to go viral. If he's like, I want New England to win. Like,
Yes.
people will be pissed if it's Green Bay or something like that.
Yeah.
I get it. I just, I think there's so much fake outrage. Like, do you really think those players are like,
I
the
find
hell
that
with
hard
you?
to believe. Yeah, I find it hard to believe. And listen, but Brady's a different beast, though.
Yeah.
Like, anything he says, people respond
Moves
to
the
it.
needle, yeah.
He's got a different orbit, and he's in a different world.
So if they win, if Seattle wins, you're not calling for a ringer. And we've had this argument before.
Should the alumni get a
With
ring?
the alumni and that, like.
I'm going to send the first guy I'll send a text to. His name's Eric Kennedy. Goes by EK. He's been there for, I'm going to guess, 30 years now, and he's the head equipment guy. I call him the Seattle Seahawks godfather. Mentored me. Like, I'm shooting EK a text right away, congratulating him.
Yeah.
I'm then going to send a text to a gentleman by the name of Trent Kirchner, who's the assistant GM, guy I, again, look up to. I'll send John a note. And after that, You know, I'll trickle through maybe sports science, a couple guys like that, and that's about it. Like, and I generally will feel great for them, but like I don't have a connection with anybody on the staff.
Yeah.
You know, I actually saw a coach on their staff the other day, and he's an assistant to an assistant, but he was on the sideline, and it like sent a shiver down my spine because he was on the Detroit staff when I was there. And I thought he was an utter numpty. And I'm like, oh, he's coaching on this team.
He's about to get a ring. He might get a ring.
Yeah, so he won't be getting a text, I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
Who do you like on Sunday in the physicality department? Because I know you've talked about it in the
Both
past.
defenses. Like, I'm not on this train, and this, I hope you give it to us. We had a chat
find out
dinner.
tomorrow.
Give it to us.
I am not on this train that this is going to be a blowout. Like, I am on this train that New England is a very fundamentally strong team with a lot of very hard-nosed, good football players. And again, I'll go back to my time with the Legion of Boom. Everyone wants to talk about what happened after we went to 2. Beyond some of the drama we had, what also happened was we lost a lot of fundamental players. Like, I don't know how you'd call them in hockey. Not the stars, but the guys that are just below the stars that are epic football players.
Right.
We couldn't afford to pay them because we had to pay the stars. Like, I look at New England, and it's a team full of guys who are just straight-up ball players, especially on defense. So I think New England's defense is very, very good, and I think Seattle's defense is obviously elite, and that both of those are going to be very physical units.
Well, Al's brother actually sent me a text, and like 70% of the bets are coming in on Seattle.
Really?
Which is a little bit interesting, like that there's such a public favorite. You know, like you'd understand that when Kansas City was in. Yeah. When the Patriots were in. Like, it was just a natural public favorite because everyone knows them, and I'm putting $5 down, I'm putting $10, I'm going to bet on the team I know better.
Still 4.5?
Well, that's what I was about to get to. Yet the spread isn't moving. Like, are you surprised it's stayed at 4.5? I think it's going to be 4.5 by kickoff. I don't see it moving much.
Yeah, I don't see it moving much. I think part of why New England is not getting many bets is that they're just a very hateable team. Like, a lot of people hate New England. I think because they've won so much.
They're winning, yeah. They're jealous.
You know, and it's like, it's not the most, and I respect it. I love the way they do it, but it's not the most entertaining style of play. You know, you look at Vrabel 2 weeks ago in the AFC Championship game. The third down, just roll out and throw it a mile out of bounds. You know, the next third down, they run wide zone. Like, we're playing old school ball. We don't care what it looks like. We're here to win. Where, you know, not a lot of people love watching that, so that's where it gets a little funky. I actually quite enjoy it. Like, I love the minutia that goes through Vrabel's mind. Again, I mean, if I'm gambling, I'm going for Seattle, but that's who I'm pulling for.
Yeah.
But doesn't surprise me no one's rooting for New England. And all the cheating back in the day.
Well, I mean, that's been a big topic of discussion, obviously, with the Hall of Fame and Belichick not getting in, and then Robert Kraft didn't get in on his first chance. And
so another one that annoys me with that is, like, this idea of cheating. In the NFL, cheating in the sense that, you know, Belichick was doing it has been going on forever. It goes on in college. Now they do it better than everyone else.
What's Spygate?
Spygate, like trying to look at signals. Like, we would do this in college. Our coach did a skit where, like, we'd have scouts or, like, GAs running the stadium to make sure nobody's hiding in our press box trying to watch us. This is at Rice playing Houston. What do you think it's like when you're playing the NFL? When we played New England, due to Spygate, this is no BS. I don't know if this is legit or not, but we were practicing, I think, Arizona State. And, like, we'd go in our locker room, and, like, 7 or 8 guys would be leaving. And they're looking around. We had heard Paul Allen hire an ex-CIA team to make sure nothing was bugged in our locker room.
Sweep it.
Sweep the room. Like, guys would be in there doing this.
That's
and that's
great,
true.
though.
And it's like, and again, we're all wondering, like, who are these people? And they're like, room's clear. Because they're
Room's
looking.
clear.
But if you got that kind of money and there's any possible anxiety about it, why not?
Why
I
not?
love that.
Like,
I
why
love
not?
that.
How
They were
cool would that
sweeping
be?
our meeting
Allen's
rooms?
like CIA's in there.
Yeah, go.
Yeah.
Do not. I mean, we all saw what happened. It comes down to one play. You know, if you know the play, which they did know the play, not due to cheating,
You never know.
lose. Yeah, and you know what's funny is sometimes I do wonder when they're like, man, we practiced play all year. We ran it all the time. I'm like, did we run it all the time?
Right.
I have wondered why.
Well, Butler jumped like it was as if he had something in his be like,
So-
go, go, go.
There is a little closure for me this week that I was like, I had no idea. And I saw an NFL Films thing, and it still sucks, but it almost made me feel like a tad bit better. Was the guy who was at the point on that infamous play was Brandon Browner, who jammed Jermaine Kearse and Butler could kind of go run.
Yeah.
Browner played for us the year before and got into some troubles, let's say, and didn't finish the season with us.
Yeah.
And he was known as being like one of the greatest press corners in the game. So I remember when I was like digesting it, and for the last 10 years, I've been like, why would we run a route where Browner could press the point?
Right.
Well, I didn't realize that basically Browner was supposed to be where Malcolm Butler was, and Malcolm Butler is supposed to be covering Jermaine Kearse man, and Browner picked up what was going on and switched live.
Wow.
So Browner was like, yo, you take him.
You got to give credit where it's due, especially like a high-octane moment like that.
I saw that, and I was like, this makes way more sense on why we thought this would work. And then,
Is there like a doc on this? That one play?
There's
like
an NFL Films thing.
I sent that
on the one play.
Yeah, there's another crazy thing. Maybe the crazier play, not crazier, I take that back. But the most unsung play of that Super Bowl was the play before. So, and if you guys, we're in the huddle, Kearse makes a catch, it's 1st and goal from the 6. We call wide zone to the tight end. I'm the tight end, Noodles.
Yeah.
So I remember sitting there and I'm like, I got to do my job here. Like, this is going in.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get horizontal. This is the decent tells. Trying to get horizontal and vertical movement. Basically, move them on diagonal.
Okay.
Don't get beat inside. I come, I get enough movement. I'm like, this should go.
Yeah.
This should go. Marshawn cuts it right inside. Hightower presses Russell Okung, who's our tackle, off him and plays underneath. Fundamentally, it is the most insane idea to ever do this. Playing underneath, meaning like he slots under while Marshawn's going there. He basically does it, sticks his shoulder in there, and trips Marshawn's ankle and lands at the 1.
Really?
And I finally saw, it was Brian Flores was talking about it, and a couple of their coaches, because they were on that staff, being like, this is one of the best plays I've ever seen. And it gets lost in this whole thing.
Was that pure instinct or?
Pure instinct.
Because it's interesting you say like Browner and Butler switched. Would Belichick be aware of that, or the players? Like, it just seems like
correct.
Belichick would be like, you don't have the power to just do that.
Yeah.
It's
like, how do you have the power to do that?
I don't know how this thing was edited.
Especially on the goal line of the Super Bowl.
And if they switch and it ends up going in.
Exactly. If you switched up and you misread the play and it's like, wait a minute, what the hell?
Yeah.
Like, how dare you do that to the call I've already put in for like defensive alignment?
It was bizarre.
Yeah, that's crazy.
But to make things worse, boys, when Marshawn landed on that 1, I vividly remember thinking, even better, they're either going to burn their timeout or more time's coming off the clock.
Right,
like
and not giving Brady the ball back.
I can go back to that moment, like sitting there and being like, oh, wow, I'm so glad he got stopped at the 1. That was how you felt. Because it's like, we got 3 downs, go 1 yard. Like,
yeah, you're getting in.
So anyways.
So Luke Willson with us. We're live Radio Row in San Francisco. The game planning, like, there's so much that goes into it. Mike McDonald said recently, like, he sees his kid 30 minutes a week, which I find crazy. Like, you can't find more than 30 minutes a week. You're coaching so hard that, like, you have to be at the facility. But how much of how many new plays are you even implementing in a Super Bowl? How much allowance are you having to go off script when the script itself got you to the Super Bowl? So
every week,
how does that work?
Yeah, every week in the NFL, you reinstall your entire playbook every single week.
But you have to use plays every single week that are still in there.
It's not so much. There will be repeats, and like someone's like, all right, like for us, we were a West Coast offense, so I'll do like real simple ones, but like double right, 2-jet Aggie. Aggie, the AG stood for all go. So if you hear double right, 2-jet, all go. Double right, 2-jet's the protection, all go. But now we can run Aggie out of 5 different ways. So it'd be like, here's our Aggie thing, and it'd be like, here's dice right Aggie, here's double right Aggie, here's trips left, Y right Aggie, here's Aggie snap, here's Aggie X delay. So like that's where it gets like, hey, this week we're gonna run Aggie, but then on top of that, like we really think that this corner's gonna play soft, so we want the extra delay. And that's like the wrinkle for the install. So now all of a sudden it's like, again, and I'm being a bit dramatic, but we have 6 different versions of Aggie, and now we haven't even gone to personnel. Here's 12 personnel Aggie. Hey, we're going to scatter to bunch left, then go Y right Aggie out of 21 personnel because we like the matchup that they put in. I know this sounds like crazy, but it's actually not as once you get what Aggie means, it's not as complex as I'm making it sound.
It's just adjustments, like progressions.
Progressions, adjustments. Like what gets weird for Seattle with Eamon Warry's injury, and it sounds like he's going to play, but Seattle doesn't match defenses. And boys, I love the ball talk. Tell me if it's too much.
No, you're getting heavy, but we love it. It's Super Bowl week.
Yeah,
I love
it. So
don't you think Super Bowl week or Super Bowl, the actual game, is a great time for like the Philly special play?
Yes.
Some kind of goofy, like just out of this world play.
Well, I love Payton, the onside kick, right? Like one of the more famous plays of all time.
Now's the time to do it.
I think so, man.
If it's we always just say, I'd play if it's a Super Bowl, or we do if we need to win the Super Bowl. It's like, it was a very weird moment where you're like, it is the Super Bowl. Like the saying you've said your whole life, it applies right now.
Right. But it's almost a game of chicken, what you're saying, because both sides are like, who's got the stones to do that? Like, are they actually going to try it?
Yes.
And
apparently that Philly special, Foles went up to our boy there.
He asked for it. I've seen that.
Yeah. And said, let's try it. And obviously they tried it and it worked out. If you try it and it doesn't work out, is Nick Foles getting cut, or is the OC getting fired? Is the head coach going down in flames?
I think there's.
But you gotta put it on the line, man.
There's a balance of how good you feel about it, and there's a balance of like how the game is going, But it would not surprise me if we saw some wrinkles in this game, especially out of New England. Like if this ends up being a game where it's 17-10, it's a grind, and New England's struggling to move the football, you got to pull it out.
Yeah. Well, that's it, man. I mean, we spent 2 weeks trying to predict how it's going to play out. Yeah. And I get the impression most people see it similarly, like close game, good defenses, special teams are going to factor in significantly.
Take the under.
We might. We'll find out tomorrow, man.
Don't
we might.
mess with them.
But
don't start messing.
Stay humble, man. We got to stay humble.
Let me ask you, is there a blowout opportunity? Like, what's the percentage, Mini Jerry's percentages on a blowout?
What do you call blowout? How many points?
14, 2 touchdowns plus.
1%.
1% chance.
You think it's going to be tight?
Because you guys, like going into your first Super Bowl against Denver, it was like 1% chance.
Dude, this guy called his old man and said, "Don't worry, pops, we're winning the Super Bowl."
I swear to you. I swear to you.
But what if, that's what I'm saying though. What if like Hunter Henry right now is saying, "I'm telling you, we're going to win this 36-10."
I think he's wrong. We'll see.
Okay, but
I think this game has the stat that worries me. Okay, both teams need to run the football. Okay, Seattle has not averaged yards per carry. I think they're 25th on yards per carry. They don't run the ball super efficiently. They did twice against San Francisco to end the year. Again, the LA Rams game, Seattle's average rush was 2.9 yards. The Rams have a very weak secondary. They've got shredded all year. New England does not have that. New England's secondary is not that. So if Seattle cannot run the football efficiently, they're not going to score a ton of points. On the flip side, Seattle was number 1 on defense in the league at yards per rush given up. So again, with the problems they're having with Will Campbell at the left tackle, the problems Drake May's having with the pressure, if New England can't run the football, this has straight grease special teams game written all over it.
I hear you. But I know, listen, I'm not predicting a blowout. I would say it's a higher percentage chance. I feel like the general public would suggest if there was going to be a blowout, it's Seattle blowing out New England. But, again, I look at Darnold.
You're not a Darnold guy.
Couple of pick sixes, and it gets carried away, and all of a sudden you're in a dark place.
Dude, I think the fact you're even dreaming up pick sixes, it's too crazy.
It can happen, though.
I'm just saying it can happen. You get a fumble six.
I'll tell you what's tough for me right now.
Something like that.
After speaking with Hayes last night, we had dinner. I actually think me and him feel the same way about this game.
So this is where you're wrong. I see the game the way I see the game. You happen to see it.
That's not correct.
I happen to see it.
I think Seattle wins, but I'm terrified of the turnovers. Because to further your point,
New England's been great at it.
New England's back end is very confusing. They don't really play. They play this weird coverage. They don't show it. It's very hard to like pinpoint what they're actually rolling into. So if we get to one of these greasy games and we're struggling to run the ball and there's some frustration and all of a sudden, whoop, there's a pick. It ain't gonna be good.
Watch yourself. Watch yourself. Well, because you can bet all that stuff on FanDuel, like a team to win by 14, a team to win by 20. You know, you can predict the score. Like that's where the crazy odds get there.
Like the weird, like a fumble out of nowhere, a helmet hits a hand. Like that's.
Well,
you said, you know.
How do you control it? You know, like everyone says, they're like, got to control the ball, got to watch the turnovers. The Bills would have been hammering that for a week, and they had 5 turnovers in a game.
Yes.
Right.
So you can say it all you want, and you can do everything you can. But if you don't get the protection, you're in trouble.
Sometimes somebody can just have
a couple of bad throws.
Like a team can have a bad day, and it happens to be on the Super Bowl day.
And
that's what
I would say that Denver had. You know, I thought I've told you guys this. I thought we would smoke Denver, but I would also say like Denver had a brutal. Like you start the game with a ball over
safety immediately.
Yes,
it's crazy.
You know, you give up a kick return touchdown.
Right.
You know, that's not what they're known for.
Yeah.
You're spotting us 9 points against the Legion of Boom.
Trouble. With the ball in your hand, too. Kick return, then a safety, and a punch. That's trouble.
You have to work for it, really.
Yes.
And then you're like, okay.
That's trouble at that point.
And we had the fumble 6, so they spotted us points, like the turnover.
Yeah.
Like,
just kept going, man.
Correct. It's like, keep giving us points, boys. We appreciate it.
Wasn't good. Well, tomorrow's a big day. Al's brother, we believe, will be a part of the program tomorrow. Right? Al's brother, like I said
If he walks
earlier,
up here and he's here, it'll make my life.
If he did a little tumble and fell into this
like
set,
a Chris Farley come flying out of the back or something.
I think it would
awesome.
Honestly shut this place down.
What I would love if he showed up like beforehand and set up his own table in there with the cards.
With the cards.
With the cards.
Yes, a card show.
He could become the official card guy of the NFL.
We need Al's brother.
I have to say, if he set up a card table over there, I would go like this.
I think it's even further. I think it's half cards, half discounts on cruises.
It would be a difficult one. You're right. He could do the whole thing, man. Charcuteries, cards, everything, man.
Ricardo Lockett, baby. What's up, big dog? Let's go. Hey, you doing all right? I like that.
You got to stay for the interview. Stay with us.
Yeah.
All right.
Where are you going right now?
Never die. All right, Luke Willson around. Well, I don't know if you're staying, going. We don't know, man. We're at Super Bowl. It's crazy around here. Hour 2 continues, powered by FanDuel, TSN 1050, and up on TSN 4.
just any race. It's the race. The Daytona 500 on TSN, CTV, and Crave.
That's gonna do it!
Sunday on TSN 1050. Super Bowl 60. Between the Seattle Seahawks and the New England Patriots. Can Sam Darnold shed his ghosts of the past? Or will Drake May lead the Patriots back to glory?
Super Bowl 60!
Hear it all on TSN 1050. The NFL lives here. Now, back to OverDrive with Hayes, Noodles, and the O-Dog.
All right, Best Bets coming up later in the hour, powered by FanDuel. We're here at the FanDuel set, and don't forget, it's the Fanuary finale, and we're celebrating with the flip of destiny. Will it be heads? Will it be tails?
Yes.
Make sure to call it before Super Bowl 60 kicks off. Download the FanDuel Sportsbook app and pick a side today. As you can see, it's tight, man. 51% heads, 49% tails. The three of us are going to reveal our picks tomorrow.
Yeah.
I know everyone back home is waiting. They can't wait to see if we're going to go heads or tails. So download the FanDuel Sportsbook app today and get in on that. The flip of destiny. We've got Orlando Brown Jr. coming up here in a few moments. We just had Luke join us. And before we get back into the football, we should point out a couple of different things on the hockey front, especially on the Olympic front. Canada was supposed to play Finland on the women's side today.
Yeah.
And Finland has
Norovirus.
Norovirus. Am I saying that right? I can't do viruses again.
No, I can't. But
can't.
what the hell is norovirus?
It's like a flu.
We're not doctors, so
yes,
we're not going to.
I think we both
They've
butchered.
got a virus, and it's not good, and I believe it's obviously very contagious.
Basically, they're quarantining effectively, and they were supposed to play today. And I think there's up to 13 different players who are currently either sick with the virus or have been exposed to it. Like, this is giving weird COVID flashbacks, man. The fact that you have to be careful because, like you said, it's incredibly contagious. I think you can, it can be very, very dangerous, obviously.
Well, the thing is, that what they have to figure out is how long is it going to take for a whole hockey team to get better?
Exactly.
Is it like they're going to wake up 24 hours from now and be better?
I don't think so.
Or are they going to be at risk of infecting a whole Olympic village?
Well,
that's a big-time issue, man. Big time.
Big-time trouble. So that's going on over in Italy. And in terms of the men's side, there was some news like last hour, which caught us off guard.
Yeah.
Oh, if you weren't looking at the screen.
Yeah, I saw it there.
I wasn't paying attention. We were talking so much, obviously, about the Super Bowl and what's going on here.
Well, I was originally thinking, Joe from the Bridge, if you're jamming me up with this info, I will find you when I get home.
Yes, exactly.
So Braden Point is not going to the Olympic Games.
No.
And he has been replaced by Seth Jarvis of the Carolina Hurricanes. So not Mark Scheifele, not Connor Bedard, not Zach Hyman. I did a hit with Jay the other day. I was like, Zach Hyman's your guy. Yeah. Now, Point I thought would play up the middle of the ice. Jarvis is more of a winger, right?
He
Jarvis is going to play on the wing.
I watched him play the other night. It's a hell of a player. There's no, obviously we're doing this respectfully. This isn't a shot at Seth Jarvis, because we always talk about who didn't make it or whatever. Good for him. But Mark Scheifele, again, you're looking at position specific. If they're gonna, if you're taking Point out, wouldn't you put a centerman there unless Point was gonna play the wing because they're so deep down the middle?
I think there was a good chance that was gonna happen.
So then Jarvis is a guy.
Yeah.
I think it's great for Jarvis, but
it's a big hit losing Braden Point too, man.
And there's obviously
Point's a winner.
There's some guys on that list where there's more than one or two people in that room that said that guy's not playing on this team for whatever reason it is.
Yeah.
You just look at a right-handed, Mark Scheifele would have been the perfect fill-in for Braden Point.
Exactly.
He's second time around, he's not going.
That's a good point. His Point plays up the middle of the ice.
Yeah,
Good play on the right side, right-handed shot.
Could kill penalties.
Can score goals. Everything Scheifele is to an extent. And they've decided to bypass him.
So maybe they're thinking, okay, whoever we're bringing is going to play in the bottom six. Jarvis has some versatility. I don't know. Speed? Are you looking at it from a speed standpoint because he's a burner?
It's possible.
I don't, there's no bad choice, but it is, we probably would have had three different opinions. Because Hyman, I thought
Hyman, the way he's been playing.
David. But then, everyone makes a case. Mark Scheifele, absolutely. Connor Bedard hasn't, since the injury, he hasn't dominated the way he did.
Hasn't been the same pace.
So, but do you remember what Doug Armstrong said? I listened to the press conference when they said, outside the injury, would have Bedard made the team? And he was like, we regardless of the injury, we were going to move past him type of thing.
Yeah.
So
I'm not sure he was ever actually that close to that. Like, the only guy I guess not there is Konechny. Konechny was a part of it, and he's not there. But they love that Four Nations team. Obviously, they like the room. They like the way everyone connected, the culture that they created.
That's fair.
And that's why Bennett's on as a replacement, and now Jarvis on as a replacement. So
I've got a weird... I was thinking about this last night. There's no debating Canada has the best players. Like, there's a 3-pack of best players. U.S. has they're deep.
Oh,
the
yeah.
U.S.
Well, they're so good, Jamie. They're so good.
This might be more of a coin flip than people think.
Oh, I hear you. I hear you.
It's also not the women's game where you're almost guaranteed to have USA, Canada.
There might be something else.
Like, there might be another team that just has a heat or 10 days. Yeah. Watch out.
Someone might knock them out, and Quinn Hughes wasn't at the Four Nations.
Yeah.
He's going to be at the Olympics. Quinn Hughes at the Olympics is going to play 30 minutes a night.
With Quinn Hughes and Rowensky going out there
and
all
Jake
night.
Those two, and Sanderson's your third pair guy on the left.
3-pack of guys
on the left.
Elite
Yes.
left shot.
Well, and Slavin is going to play as the left shot D, but he's probably playing with Faber. It's a good point. Like, one of them might play on the offside. I mean, McAvoy's there too.
Of course, you have Makar on Canada. But I would take the U.S.'s D.
Oh, all day.
Every day.
I don't even think that's up for debate.
Not even.
And probably their goaltending, but they don't have winning. They don't have winning pedigree in the goaltending.
You're right,
there.
but the goaltending is better on paper.
Speaking of winning pedigree, we got a guy in the back. And actually, the fact that we've made him wait for like a minute or two is terrifying.
Wait till you see the jersey he's got on.
Orlando Brown Jr. is coming out here. We're going to send him out here in a minute. He's won a Super Bowl, plays for the Cincinnati Bengals. Look at this guy.
Yes,
great to see you. Great to see you, man.
Good to see you as well. Absolutely. What's going on?
How you doing?
You as well.
That's
I'm doing great.
Vintage Alex Ovechkin jersey.
Love it.
It is, man. It is.
So you an Ovi guy or what?
Yeah, so, it's coincidental. I'm from Baltimore, so when he came to the Caps, I mean, I'm going to be honest, I don't watch hockey, but this one of the baddest men doing it.
That's your guy.
So, yeah, it's a lot of
That's
respect.
a great jersey,
Great
man.
look, yeah.
Great jersey. Great seeing you.
Yep.
We've had some players here. We haven't seen a guy of your stature yet.
Yeah.
Like, how often
Yes.
when you're walking around, do you ever have people, idiots, say, get in your stance. I think I can get around you.
Oh, yeah.
I think I can get around you.
Yeah, you'd be surprised. I mean, I've been in a few party-like settings, and I've had a few people, like, legitimately try to try me. I mean, but, hey, man, it is what it is, man. I do this for a living. So.
Yeah, exactly. Like, you won a Super Bowl. You're a legit stud in the NFL.
Wow.
But, like, you got to think liquid courage, right? It's like, I think I could get around this guy. I think I could get around the corner.
Yeah, no chance.
No chance.
No chance.
No chance it's going to happen. I love it.
Yeah.
It's great to see you, man. So what's this experience been like for you? I've seen you walking around.
Yeah.
The Ovi jersey makes it pop.
Yeah.
You having fun?
Yeah, I am, man. I really enjoy this side of stuff. This is my third year doing this. I would much rather be getting ready for the game. But it's my third year doing this, man. But I enjoy it. I enjoy the media side of things, being able to learn new stories and interact with people. It's awesome.
So, your job of protecting the quarterback, you play with Mahomes, won a Super Bowl.
Yep.
Now you got Joe Burrow in Cincinnati.
Yeah.
What's that mentality like when you step onto the field? Obviously, any quarterback, you're going to put in 100% effort, and you're thinking, I got to make sure this guy's upright, and I got to do what I can.
Yeah.
But when you have players of that status, all-pro stud quarterbacks, how does that affect your mentality as you walk onto the field?
Yeah, I mean, it means a lot to me, man. And honestly, pressure's a privilege any professional sport that you do. And so for me, I take a lot of pride in keeping those guys clean, being able to help them create an extra opportunity to make a highlight play, whatever it is, man. I've learned to embrace my role everywhere that I've been. And in Cincinnati, fortunately for me, I'm a more mature version of myself. And so, the left tackle version that Joe Burrow gets is not the same left tackle version that Pat Mahomes got or even Lamar Jackson. So, for me, man, I've over the years, I've learned to grow and evolve, based off of, where I'm at in life in my career.
Is it true that the quarterback and the offensive line, like, does he take care of them? Or does he hit you with gifts and stuff like that? So that's true. That's not just the story that's out on X or anything like that.
No, man, it's legit, man. During my time here, all the quarterbacks I've played for have taken care of me. My first
Who's the best, though? What's the best gift?
Yeah, this is so funny because I host offensive line dinner every Thursday night at my house, and so normally all the quarterbacks come, all the running backs come, all the offensive linemen, and the skill positions rotate. Tight ends might show up, receivers might come through, so it just varies. But at my bar in my house, I have a 7-Eleven slushy machine, and it was my first offensive line gift from Joe Flacco. I mean, it's timeless.
Joe Flacco.
Yeah, Joe Flacco. That was his gift to the offensive line my rookie year. So that gift is timeless, man. And then the fossils this year are, and the sword from Joe.
He gave you a sword?
He gave me a sword 2 years ago. All of us. It came with a story. I don't know it by heart. I just know this sword is old as you can think.
Okay.
What goes on Thursday nights when the boys come over?
Oh, yeah. I mean, what you would imagine. I mean, it's we could just say good vibes, no wives, no girlfriends, no kids.
But here's the thing. I'm thinking you've got a lot of guys coming over that are big men. What is the catering?
What kind of groceries do you guys put back?
Yeah, so I really use it as an opportunity to, present other restaurants opportunities to feed the Bengals. And so I've done a variety of things. I've done everything from soul food, Southern soul food. I've done Jeff Ruby's Steakhouse, which is a huge restaurant there. I've done sushi. We've done Caribbean. We've done Chinese. We've got Italian-made sandwiches that are focaccia bread and shipped prosciuttos.
How much sushi did you have to order? I can.
Oh, bro. I mean, enough. I mean, it's
semi-truck back.
Yeah, you know how they bring out sushi boats? They bring us a sushi yacht. It's legit, man. It's we chow down, we get it in.
Is it chopsticks for the boys? Or
for sure.
Oh, really?
Definitely.
Okay.
Definitely.
Yeah, I can only imagine the groceries you guys must put back.
Yeah, man.
And what is the routine with, if you're, let's say you're at a dinner or something like that, or you're at a buffet.
Yeah.
Is it understood the linemen are going first?
Oh, yeah.
Or how does that work with the hierarchy within the room? Because you guys are the biggest guys, and I can't imagine there's too many safeties being step aside, I'm up first. How does that work?
So I'll share this with you. Thursday night O-line dinner is one of the most sacred things in football. You know what I mean?
Does that apply across the league usually?
Not necessarily, but I would tell you probably 40% of the teams probably do it, 40 to 50.
Are kickers allowed?
Evan McPherson can come anytime.
You probably don't even know what the kickers say.
Evan can always come through. He's probably somewhere pushing a stroller, but he can always come to O-line dinner, no problem.
Okay.
But yeah, it's sacred, and so. I think the first thing we do is we decompress as a group, whatever has happened that week, you know what I mean? And then, or whatever happened in the O-line room or at practice or the game before, sit down, talk about it. And so it's really first come, first serve for the food.
Yeah, that's amazing. Orlando Brown Jr. with us here at Radio Row, Cincinnati Bengals. And, the idea of growing as a player, you mentioned what you bring today compared to what you would have brought 2 or 3 years ago.
Yep.
How does that apply to a job like yours, where I don't think the average person can connect with what it means to be a tackle, right?
Yeah.
Everyone's played quarterback, everyone's thrown a ball, everyone's played wide receiver and said, I'm going deep, throw it.
Yeah.
Not many people have been I'm going to be a tackle here. I have a guy who's 280 and mean that's trying to chase me down or go through me.
Yeah.
How do you kind of discuss your job with the average person, if that makes sense, and try to break it down to people?
Yeah, it's unique, man. What I do specifically, the margin of error is very slim, and all of my mistakes are on notice, because a lot of times when I lose or a left tackle loses, you're going to see it right away because it's the blind side, and so. Some of the sacks that I may give up may be a fumble, as opposed to when it's a right tackle giving up a sack or he gets beat, the quarterback, because he's right-handed and his shoulders and eyes are facing that right tackle, he can see that defender and make a miss. And so for me, my margin of error is a lot slimmer, and my responsibility is to keep the quarterback clean in the pass game.
We were talking about it yesterday, like back in the day. Everyone, like I'd say every 3 or 4 months, we bring up Lawrence Taylor.
Yeah.
Talking about his highlights on YouTube and how crazy he was coming off the edge. And, way back in the day when smack talk was happening.
Yeah.
Does that exist now with like mics being prevalent in the league, the media being so on top of the game, the amount of cameras everywhere?
Yeah.
Like, how do you think? I guess speak to your own experience. Like, how loud is it on the line of scrimmage?
I'm gonna talk. I'm gonna talk my
You're
trash.
talking.
Yeah, I really don't care who's mic'd up. So, I don't. Yeah, that never really bothers me. I don't normally say anything disrespectful unless it calls for it. But I mean, to be honest, I think it's a fine line in trash talk. I've never brought up someone's family or anything like that. But yeah, I mean, if I dog you, I'm gonna let you know.
Okay.
So.
Do you have a guy in the league that you feel, I got this guy? Like, do you have a guy, and then is there a guy
you slap around on a regular?
Is there a guy where you're like, he's got a great rep, but he's not beating me. I know I got this guy.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't take it that far, man. I would tell you, outside of my teammates, there isn't a defensive lineman I like. So yeah, I mean, that's just because of the way that I've had to, I guess, warp my mentality. I mean, outside of my defensive line teammates, it's not a lot of guys like you're gonna catch me hanging out with.
You're not pulling for anybody here this weekend?
No. It's a few offensive linemen like Morgan Moses, the right tackle for New England Patriots. We trained together for 2 years, 2 off seasons, and so man, I'm rooting for him. Sam Darnold, his story. I'm a big fan of the history of the game and everything is broad, and so guys like Sam Darnold, man, it's special to see how far he's come. So.
Yeah. Orlando Brown Jr. with us. Yeah, we've been talking about the brotherhood in the NFL and the reaction to certain comments from other players and all that. Yeah. How do you react to that? Like I guess, is it by position? Is it just like a brotherhood in the league? There's so many players. Like, the rosters are so big.
Yeah, they are. Football's a small world, though. It's really small. And I imagine it's probably like that for a lot of professions, you know what I mean? Because what happens is, with the NFL especially, I feel like being so USA-based in terms of the guys coming into the league, we all grew up in youth football playing against each other, going to high school, playing against each other and meeting each other at these college visits. And then you play against each other in college. And then you go through the draft process and you train together with a guy. And now you're drafted during the same year. And so you get to know everybody, somewhat over time. And so it's a small world, man. It is somewhat of a brotherhood.
So Orlando Brown Jr. with us again, the Cincinnati Bengals. Breakthrough 1 Cincinnati Gala, right?
Yeah.
That's what
you
spent a lot of time with that?
Yep.
Take us through that.
So, I work with Breakthrough T1D. My brother was diagnosed with type 1 when he was 8 years old, and I was 9 years old at the time when we found out. And so my dad passed away of ketoacidosis, which is a form of a diabetic coma. Both of my grandparents suffer from diabetic issues. And so one of my best friends is type 1 diabetic. So it's just something that's been around me my entire life, man. And for me, just being able to create a sense of peace in the families that have been involved with it, and it being an autoimmune disease, it can be confusing. And I just want to bring a sense of peace, man, to that side of the world.
It's amazing.
Love it.
Yep.
It's awesome. Well, it's great catching up with you, man.
Yeah,
we really appreciate you
guys.
coming by. That jersey is unbelievable.
Thank you. I appreciate you guys.
We love it because Ovi's about your size.
Yeah, that's what I hear.
Ovi's a big boy.
He loves Subway.
Oh, really?
He lives on Subway.
He lives on Subway sandwiches.
$5 footlongs, huh? That's
he
great.
Can't get enough. He scored more goals than anyone in NHL history, and all he does is.
Is he going to hit 1,000 or what?
Yeah, I think he's going to hit 1,000.
He might get
I think he might. He's probably. How many Subway Sandies do you think he's had throughout his career?
And he goes with the zesty chips.
Zesty
chips too.
You can't beat that.
Thanks for coming on.
That's great. Appreciate you guys.
If we're ever in Cincy on a Thursday,
of course.
we might have to reach out.
Yeah, please, man. Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate you guys.
There he is, Orlando Brown joining us. All right, we'll come back and wrap up what's been an awesome day 2 here at the Super Bowl and get to our best bets powered by FanDuel. Recap a busy afternoon. OverDrive continues, TSN 1050 and up on YouTube Live.
The Borderline. Special preview Sunday right after the Super Bowl on CTV and stream on Crave.
Now, back to Overdrive with Hayes, Noodles, and the O-Dog.
All right, Overdrive continues, powered by FanDuel, live from Radio Row, San Francisco, moving towards Super Bowl Sunday. It's tons of people and energy, and it's just been an awesome vibe here. And we've been lucky because FanDuel has been incredibly, gracious as a host, and they've set us up here, and we've had a blast. And TSN, obviously, hugely supportive of our show. But the main reason this has been popping for 2 days is because of Doogie.
Thank you, boys.
Doogie, you're crushing it, and it's great to see you.
What's the overall vibe of how things have, you've been
bopping
around? Just give us your overall sense of the whole operation.
No, it's been absolutely electric in here. It's been phenomenal. People have been great. You see everybody walking around. It's just been, it's been a good vibe.
And he's out there lying to people. That's what he's doing.
Good buzz.
I think
you did throw out, we're huge in New York.
Yeah.
That I did say.
You have to.
Huge in New York, huge in Boston.
It's the rat race here. I mean, that's ultimately what it is. Everyone is effectively lying to each other about what they can do.
Is that the worst lie you've said is we're huge in New York, or have you come up with something more egregious?
Probably. Yeah,
we are huge in New York, man.
Yeah.
I think that's actually
I should throw out
factual.
an Australia next.
Yeah, exactly.
That could
Let's
be
go worldwide.
something that lands. We got one more big show tomorrow.
Yeah.
And it's been a lot of fun, man. Orlando Brown Jr. was awesome.
That was a great guest, dude.
Thanks, boys.
Awesome.
How did you
Great
wheel
guy.
and deal that one?
Just walking around.
Man, Doogie's a guy that other agents are like, where is that guy?
Yeah.
I have to meet with him. I have to filter stuff
It's
through
the
him.
allure of the set. too.
Christian Watson.
Doogie McGuire.
Doogie McGuire.
Yes.
That's exactly what it is. He is our Doogie McGuire.
I love it.
And we had Christian Watson earlier, and that was the same thing. His agent just said, where's Doogie McGuire? I have to find this guy. First interview he did the whole day came by our set.
Yeah, it's the best.
Now he's on, I'm sure he's probably over with McAfee or something like that. But he said, I got to be here because of Doogie and Doogie McGuire. The beauty of Doogie being on the set with us is there are people walking by saying, I wonder who that guy is.
Yeah.
Because they've seen the three of us, and they're like, whoever's sitting there is a guest.
It's the guest.
So, this guy must be a heavy hitter in the industry.
The weirdest thing, too, is we'll be talking, there's people walking by with their phones, just filming the set, and you're they're probably like, who the hell are those pigeons?
Yeah.
But
well, we're up here, man.
Love.
We're up here. We're in the FanDuel studio. It's literally happening right now. All right, Best Bets powered by FanDuel. Make your picks and assemble a same-game parlay in seconds on the FanDuel Sportsbook app. Tampa, Florida tonight. I'm going to take Florida on the puck line, which means I'm getting a puck and a half. I think it's a close game tonight.
But do you think it's a bloodbath what they've been doing?
I don't think so. Not tonight.
I think Florida shows up. I think they fight and battle.
You think Matthew Tkachuk is going to fight and block shots and stuff tonight, knowing that he's on the bird?
They have to
They have to, though. I get it.
I think it's more likely Tampa's like, we're home free. We've got trips. Tampa's a lock to make the playoffs.
Yes, they've got.
Florida's season is probably done, but it's definitely done if they lose in regulation tonight.
Yeah.
So they have to show up. Tampa's a huge favorite tonight. A huge favorite. Vasilevsky's playing. I think Tarasov's playing for the Panthers.
Yeah.
But I think it's a close game. I think it's a one-goal game. I wouldn't be shocked if the Panthers won it. I wouldn't be shocked if it went to overtime.
Yeah.
Best Bets powered by FanDuel. Download the FanDuel Sportsbook app today. Must be 19 plus. Physically located in Ontario. So, 2 days through, we've had a blast down here.
It's great.
I don't
It's
know
been incredible.
What's going to be going on tomorrow? Anything you want to?
I think we got some fun. We got some picks flying through.
Al's brother.
Former NFLers in the mix. We got some good ones flying.
Al Roker's going to join the show.
You have to find a way to get Al Roker. We know where he goes for breakfast.
And we'll be there tomorrow.
We'll be there bright and early.
I'm going for a walk, and I'm texting you. Is Roki there? I'm in.
I might come and join. join.
I love Al Roker, and the whole vibe on Al Roker is phenomenal.
Looks like a legend.
We're all going for breakfast tomorrow.
I don't think he's
chasing down Al Roker.
He's not going to the same spot because he'll say to his friend, I was here yesterday, and there was a homeless guy that came up and asked me about weather. And it was him.
8:15, and you guys know where. We're going to go chasing Roki down.
We're chasing him down.
Schefter,
I saw Schefter, and I asked him about breaking the Panarin deal. Like, you going to start breaking hockey deals now? And he kind of gave me the Roker treatment. Get out of here. Like,
I saw him on the street corner. He was on the phone.
Yeah, he's probably breaking like maybe Seth Jarvis going to the Olympics.
Something else, yeah.
Who knows? But like that guy, those guys, these insiders, we have them, obviously.
Yeah.
They are constantly on their phone tracking what's going on. All right, day 2 in the books. It's been absolutely incredible to be down here, to be a part of this. As you can see on the screen, Basketball Island's coming up next on YouTube Live. Full breakdown of the trade deadline. The Raptors didn't do anything, right? They're playing Chicago tonight.
Chris Paul they got.
Not much going on. Giannis is still in Milwaukee, right? Nothing going on that front. But Basketball Island coming up next on YouTube Live on TSN's YouTube channel. Every show that we do here up on YouTube, you can obviously find us podcasted wherever you download your podcasts, and TSN Radio, TSN4, we're everywhere. We're everywhere. All right, thanks to everyone behind the scenes here and back home in Toronto. We thank you greatly. Thank you for tuning in today. TV, radio, podcast, web, up on YouTube Live. Every show up on TSN's YouTube channel. We're out of here. Enjoy your evenings. Enjoy the games tonight. We're back tomorrow at
4 p.m.
We'll chat then.
Nice.